so much not physicality, it's brutality. You know, they will want to rough you up.
The South Africans, you know, they go hard. I think they almost try to go out of your way to intimidate you a little bit.
Hello, and welcome to the Random Rugby Podcast. This is episode 2, and we've made a lot of improvements. So we've got 3 cameras now, looking at you, and he's looking at that one, and we've got a wide as well. Thanks to one of our friends, one of our long-time friends. He's studying film. We'll plug some of his stuff, so you can check out what he does. He can shoot your wedding photos and all that stuff. Great guy. So today, we love you, man. He's there behind the camera, Mr.
Thank
Director.
you, Keanu.
We love you. So today we're going to be discussing 3 things. We're going to be doing the player ratings for the match against Wales on Saturday. We're going to be doing the match review, and then also the match preview for the game on Friday against the All Blacks.
Big one. Yo.
That's going to be a big one. The team as well. I'm really surprised about that team, to be honest. It's really great. I didn't expect Ninobe to have that big balls in him to name that team.
I also didn't expect that though.
But we move. So before we discuss the player ratings, I want to get your opinion on the game on Saturday.
Yeah, it was a weird game actually, because I didn't expect Wales to fall down as early as they did. Because 20 minutes in, I thought it could have been anybody's game. Like,
I think they were ahead at one point.
Yeah, I think it was 6-5, like in
I think 9-6
or 9-6.
Yeah, I think 9-6.
No, it can't be 6. We scored a try, bro.
Okay.
So it was
okay.
6-5.
Okay,
yeah.
But they were ahead. That's what.
Yeah, but yeah, it was weird for me how Wales coped so well, and then the next moment they just fell down. They just fell down so hard that it was not even funny.
Yeah, I mean, it was weird for me. The first 20 minutes, they were really competitive. They were. They kept us down. They shut us down really good. They played the high ball, which is their signature, obviously. Warren Gatland as well. I think he's a great coach, and I also thought he had a good plan.
All reliable Warren ball though.
But unfortunately, I think we were just too good. We realized after those 20 minutes, listen, these guys are slow. We're just the better individual team, and we didn't win by like this. It wasn't this tactical masterclass or anything like that. We just ran over them. I think that was basically it, what we did. I mean, we just the tries we scored were amazing, not the usual box tries. So I'm really satisfied with that performance, because people will say, oh no, it's Wales, this B team, is that. Listen, you can't use that excuse, because when we say it, it's like, oh no, they have no excuses. Shut up. We're not saying that, okay? It was not their B team, just like we never play a B team, so just getting that out of the way. So moving on from that, I don't think there's so much to talk about, because we just basically,
Yeah, I think the biggest takeaway of the game is to say, like, Worry, was it the Boks that played really well, or was it Wales that were just bad? Like, the first 20 minutes, they were all good, but after that, Wales just crumbled, so I don't know if we should say the Boks were good or Wales were just that bad.
I think we were still pretty good, though.
Yeah, we definitely
we had some really
were.
standout individual performances, I think, which leads us directly to the player ratings. So,
Yeah.
he's going to write for us, because I'm autistic. I can't write that well. I should have been a doctor, but I'm too stupid for that, because I definitely write like one. So
If you're wondering, this was Keanu. It wasn't us.
Yeah, it wasn't us.
Trust me.
We can't do that.
Yeah.
We're too bad. So I think what we're going to do is, I think we're going to average out our ratings. If we have a different one, like from each other, we're just going to average it out.
Okay.
So starting with Steven Kitshoff, I mean, standard vintage Kitshoff performance, to be honest. I think he got a turnover as well. Our scrum was so dominant. I don't think
it was great. I think we gave away one scrum penalty though.
We did.
Yeah.
I think one only. But I mean, solid performance, man. Steven Kitshoff. I mean, I don't know if you saw that meme. I think I sent it to you. That when where Malema was on stage and he was like, I don't get tired. I never get tired. That's Steven Kitshoff every week at Art Tambo. He just plays every game, and he never gives up, man.
He's just that good, man. Like Kitsy, what a player. Like,
so
honestly.
what are you gonna give him, a 7.5?
Yeah,
I think it's 7.
I was thinking 7. Yeah.
Okay.
I was thinking 7. Yeah.
So write that down. I think Mr. Kitsy grade 7 performance, 7 out of 10. Then Malcolm Marx, also not amazing, but it was a good performance.
Yeah.
He obviously scored the try from the Kulisi offload, which was, by the way,
Chef's
from
kiss.
a guy who didn't play rugby, and we're gonna get to him, but that was great. Further, I mean, he had a good game. Otherwise, he did his work around the park, made his tackles,
Yeah.
was solid in the scrum, the line out. So also a 7, I think.
7 or 7.5.
I think if
But-
we gave Kitsi a 7, we have to give him a 7
Yeah.
as well. I don't think one performed really better than the other. Then Mr. Lockdown Malherbe, Mr. Big Francie. He also played good. I think he's also a 7,
Yeah.
to be honest. I mean,
We're not gonna give everyone 7s, but
at least the
but
front
maybe
row.
we are, because I think everyone in the team were just that good on the day.
I think except Jasper Wiese was a bit.
Yeah, I
quiet.
think Visa and Lebok were. Yeah, I think
Okay,
those
we'll get
yeah.
to that. Oh my goodness. So I think right down Malherbe, I think he's a 7 also.
Yeah.
Great performance. Nothing special, but he is a tight head prop. He did his thing. John Klein, he low-key impressed me. I have to say, all his games in a Bok jersey thus far have been really good. I don't know about you.
Yeah,
but,
honestly, he's a consistent carrier. They don't really knock him back, so we always get a little bit of front football from him. So Klein was insane. I also want to give him like a 7. Wow, like
I think it was really good because we have been looking for that Etzebeth replacement.
Yeah.
He can't play every game.
yeah,
He's also getting up there in age. So for the Springboks to just, like, get some random guy. I mean, I honestly didn't know who John Klein was. I knew he
didn't.
played for Munster. I knew he played next to RG Snyman. But I didn't know how good he was. And I also, just didn't know about him. And for a guy to come in, play 3 tests for the Boks, every test was a good performance. He's a great backup to Etzebeth. So I think we're also giving him a 7.
yeah.
Also just a solid, good performance. So just write that down for us. Then we're going to the Viking man. Whoa,
Snyman was insane.
what
Like,
a game
wow.
from RG Snyman. First game in the Bok jersey, starting at 5. He always usually plays 4.
Yeah.
So what do you think of his performance?
I think the main takeaway that I really want to say that really stood out to me was you told me about it, the dummy offload. But I don't think it was necessarily a dummy offload. He broke the line. I think it was in the second half. Yeah.
It was in the second half.
Yeah, he broke the line and he was about to offload. I can't even remember in which hand he carried the ball. I think it was his
It's
left hand.
right hand.
No, was it? Oh yeah, but he
because
wanted
he went-
to. Yeah, he wanted to go around like this and offload like that. But he had the freaking knowledge to think about it and say, "Worry, there's a guy between me and him." I think it was to Lebok, the offload. I can't even remember.
Yeah.
I can't remember to who he offload.
I can't remember honestly, but
Yeah, but he wanted to offload, and then he had the mentality to see like, "Worry, I can't
think,
do this
I think
yet."
Sam Costello was
Yeah.
next to him.
Yeah, and Costello had a very good game.
Surprisingly,
S-
I mean,
yeah,
he
yeah,
had a
he had
surprisingly
very
good
good.
game, I must say.
Just saying.
Yeah.
But when Snyman wanted to do it and he saw like, "Where I can do this," and he just basically did a dummy, but
I don't think it was intentional, but it was really good.
yeah, it was really
I mean,
good
to
to watch.
see, I saw on Twitter a video about he had the vision to see that the prop from Wales tripped over his own player, and the moment he saw that, he took the ball and ran.
Yeah.
Which not every player will do that.
Yeah.
Because that's what I like about RG Snyman. He's for such a big guy, he can move. I mean,
Yeah,
it's actually crazy how mobile he is for such a big lad.
I think I remember that first test that he played in. I think it was in 2018 against England. I can't. I think it was. Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
So, I think.
And I
so, yeah.
remember very clearly he had like a break at the 22, and he just ran like till the other side's 10-meter line. So he's got speed for days.
Yeah, honestly,
And my dad's aunt, who's a big Stormer supporter, she hates the Bulls, and that time Snyman was at the Bulls, so it doesn't matter how good you are. She always hated Bulls players, and she actually came out and said, "Worry." Even I need to say it like, "Worry."
RG
Snyman was
game.
good.
I think we'll give him an 8. I
wanna
think
gi- wanna give-
that was an 8 out of 10.
I wanted to give him an 8.5.
8.5, yeah. I
wanna
also
give him
think so. I
8.5
think
to
he
be
also
fair.
played a full 80 minutes,
Yeah.
which we have to take into account. Also, just before we move on, RG Snyman did not look like a guy whose knee was murtu like 2 times. I mean, he didn't play rugby he played like 2 games, got injured, was out for 9 months, played 2 games, got injured, was out for 9 months. He had that good run of like 6-7 games for Munster, won the URC, and now he's playing arguably some of the best rugby of his career.
Yeah.
And his knee was destroyed 2 times, which
Yeah.
it doesn't look like. I mean, if you look at Johan Goosen, you know, after those injuries, even as a Bull supporter, because we are biased, even as a Bull supporter, he was, let's be honest, man, he's never been the same, which you have to give it to him.
Yeah.
Also, for Munster, sticking with him till the end, not a lot of clubs would have done that. So kudos to Munster as well for sticking with Mr. Snyman.
Munster just know how to rely on their players, man. Like, honestly. It just shows how they won the URC again.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah. So we're going to give an 8.5. What a performance from the Viking man. Then Kulisi. Wow.
If I could, I'd give Kulisi a 9, but I don't think I'm gonna give him a 9 just because he played 40 minutes.
I think 8.
Yeah,
Straight 8.
I'm gonna just give him. I don't even think we need to talk about this a lot because Kulisi. Or actually, what we could say is, how does someone make a return to rugby? It's just so.
Look, honestly, man,
class.
I don't know what they were cooking. I don't know what that doctor did, but coming back from an ACL in 4.5 months, you just have to respect that, man. I mean, it just shows the passion he has for the South African national team. He just, it's giving me, I'm getting goosebumps now just thinking about it, man. He was so, I mean, for a guy who didn't play rugby in 4.5 months, coming back, giving that performance, you really saw that he gave his everything. Like because this is, people forget, this is his last games for the Boks. He's not going to play for the Boks when he's in France. They specifically told him, listen, when you're coming to us, you're not playing for the Boks because it takes a lot of their games away. And obviously, we know the French; they're really stingy about their players. So, I mean, you see, he really wants to do it. And I mean, this was just a great captain's performance, man. Honestly, it was so good. But he only played 40 minutes, but fair enough because he is. You can't risk him. I think 40 minutes was enough, especially against a small team. So we're gonna give him an 8.
Yeah.
I think it was a really, really good performance from our captain.
Then
Then
my 8s are looking shocking, eh?
Then we're going to PSDT. Getting back to form.
PSDT is doing some mad stuff now. Like, he's very close again to his PTSD freaking acronym. So
the 2019 form.
he's just doing crazy now.
I mean, I must
total
admit,
bad shit.
I was one of those people where I did doubt him a lot because of the injuries and his form last year. But I think he had a good season in Japan in a not so physical league, so he can slowly get back to full fitness, and he's showing it. He's in some really good form at the moment. Also that intercept, great read.
I hate those type of intercepts where it's the 9 picks up the ball and from the pass and someone gets at it. It always feels to me like it has to be offside. But the clear thing for that intercept for me was the 9 picked up the ball, gave 3 steps, and when he gave those 3 steps, it gave Peter Steph the chance to give the 2 steps forward that he needed to get in between the ball
he was
and
out.
the player.
The ball was out for a while, so
But it always just feels to me like, because I remember in 2019 that Gareth Davies try against Australia, it just feels so scummy to intercept those balls. I just don't like it. But
Peter Steph is always teetering on the edge of offside. It's part of his game. He is a flanker after all, but I think what we're going to give him an 8.
I think 8 deserved.
I think 8 because he had that vintage Peter Steph performance,
Just
which we didn't see that often in the past 2 years. So I think he deserves an 8. What a game!
Yes. Why do we need to give so many 8s? I hate it.
This is not. I don't think this is going to go. Hopefully it goes as well.
And you're gonna write on that side. I'm not gonna lean over. You're gonna write on that side.
So the first quiet performance, I think, from Jasper Wiese. I mean, he made his carries, but wasn't really that special, to be honest. He was a bit quiet.
He was a bit. I can't really remember a lot of what he did, but shame. He didn't do anything wrong though. So
he didn't do anything wrong, but
so I'd give him like an average performance.
6.5.
Yeah, no 6.
Okay,
I'll
I think give Jasper a 6.
Like, no offense to Jasper, man, but you just didn't do a lot. You did a lot of donkey work. You really put in the hard yards, but you didn't really do anything else.
I don't know.
Not that I can remember.
No,
So-
but it was a bit quiet.
Yeah.
So I think we'll give him a 6.
Yeah. Sorry.
So, Give that to me. Then we come to the more controversial side. We're going to get to Mr. Lubbock soon. Jaden Hendrickse, another guy who didn't play rugby for like 4 months as well. And another great performance. I was so impressed with him, to be honest.
I think Jaden Hendrickse proved a lot of us wrong, because I was one of the big doubters of why are we taking 9 scrummies to the World Cup. It's like, why are we taking 9? Like 3 is a good number, because you have the one on the bench, one starting, and one for backup. Why do we need 2 for backup? I don't know. But he just proved everyone wrong, because wow, what a game he had.
I think honestly the coaches, I think what our coaches are really good at is backing their players and telling them, listen, you might get shit from the fans, from the media, but we back you as a player. I mean, I remember...
I mean, that's what makes the team, I think, special, is they know the coaches back them. That's why they're there.
Yeah.
So I think that's the special thing about it, is they know they have their coaches backing, and I think that means a lot for morale and stuff for the team.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, it's an 8 out of 10 performance as well. He was really good.
I'd give him 8.5. I think he
Yeah,
was really good. Like, he didn't do anything wrong. Like, literally, there was not a single thing that he did wrong, and he had insane reads.
He had some gas as well
for a guy that played like also 4 months ago, the same as Khaleesi. I think like a week before Khaleesi was injured.
He wasn't as injured for as long, because his father also passed away. So that's why he didn't play.
Yeah.
But still, you have to give it to him. I was one of the people who wanted him dropped.
Yeah.
Because our other 3 scrummies played and he didn't. But Jaden, you proved me wrong. He proved us wrong.
You were insane, blood.
Just like Grant Williams proved me wrong, he proved me wrong again, so I have to give it to him. So this is going to be the more negative one. Marnie Lubbock. Look, in open play. Marnie Lubbock's great in open play.
He is by far best.
So look, man, we come to the more controversial one, Marnie Lubbock. Look, man, in open play, he's good.
In open play, he's by far our best fly. Like, in open play and whilst attacking, he's our best fly. And I really want to see how he's going to attack in the weekend. Okay, but we'll talk about that a bit later now. But, yeah, Lubbock, you missed 2 kicks that you shouldn't have missed. I'll give you the one on the side of the field. Where
on the touchline.
Yeah, I'll give you that conversion that you missed. But the other conversion, like, not in the middle of the field, but like a quarter way through, not far back. I think you had to slot that one, and the one like 43 meters out right in front of the post. I think a Springbok fly needs to hit those like 9 out of 10 times.
Yeah, look, man, I'm no kicking coach. I can't kick a ball. But to me, and this is just my opinion, why does every other team in the world have a good goal kicker and not us? Look, man, I don't know if he doesn't practice his kicks enough. I don't know if he's under pressure, if he like just crumbles when he has to kick, but it just feels to me like if you like put in enough work, surely you will be a good goal kicker. Like, I just don't know, man. It confuses me a bit. It does confuse me a bit.
Yeah,
to be
and
honest.
I think the thing that we shouldn't forget is that Lubbock he's a very bipolar kicker. Like, one game he'll kick everything over, and in the next game he'll just have a shocker. And I think a lot of kickers have those days, but Lubbock just has them more than others, unfortunately.
Yeah, exactly. So I think what we're going to give him, 6.5? I think those kicks bring him down a lot.
Yeah, I still think he had a better game than Visa.
Yeah.
But if he literally just made the 2 easy kicks, he would have had like 8.5 game.
Yeah,
like,
but we have to bring him down flat, because honestly, that's just, you can't as a Springbok fly off miss those kicks.
Yeah, it was shocking.
Then we come to the good performers again. Colby, great game. He did everything he usually does in a Colby performance.
I just love the fact that he stepped like 4 players. That was just vintage Colby.
For cutting. I mean, he did really well cutting inside.
Yeah.
It was really great. I must say, I think if some other player might be, if he was in that situation, there's a good chance he would have been tackled out of play. Definitely. I think Colby just has that magical hot step on him where, I mean, he does so good coming back inside, creating space. And I think that's a really underrated part of his game, because people will see, oh, but why is he not going to ground? Why is he trying to... Listen, there's a plan. He's cooking. Okay.
Let him cook, man. And I think also something to say, when you're out on the wing like that and you need to step 4 players, I mean, you're going to be isolated very easily. So it's a turnover just asking to happen if you're going to do that.
Exactly. So he came back to his forwards.
Yeah. So he cut back also into more Wales players, but at least there's more of his players. So he's just making it an easier way to clean out the ball than there. So Colby, just
Great game.
magnificent.
I think 7.5. Think so.
Yeah.
7.5. I think that's
yeah.
fair. I don't think it's an 8, but he definitely had a good performance.
I think you're right neater than me, man. Like, honestly. Man said I right neater, but no.
Then we go to
It's been a lie.
Damien Dalendi. Look, man, he did play well, but I have to say that chip kick for the Creel try. That was a 4-on-2.
I think Squidge said it the best when I think last year it happened against the All Blacks in Mumbai.
Yeah, he did.
He did the exact same thing, and out of the words of Squidge, he shit the bed.
Yeah, exactly.
I really thought he shit the bed there. Like, honestly,
that has to bring your rating down, because if that fails, we would have
just
been
a given try.
I mean, it was a 4-on-2.
Yeah.
There was no one. We could have just played the hands and we would have scored. I mean, we have such fast wingers. Why do you want to chip? I mean, it's one of his things. I don't know. He doesn't want to pass, but he wants to chip, which I don't. I mean, I don't really understand it. But Damien thinks it's a fly off.
It is what it is, man.
But I think we'll give him a. I think that brings it down, man.
I think
if it was a 7, I think he had a 6.5. He had good carries. He did carry well.
You know, I think he did play at least a bit better than Libok.
Okay, I think 7.
I think 7,
I think
yeah.
it's fair if we gave Libok a 6.5. I think we have to get Damien a 7. But please, Damien,
Yeah.
don't chip the ball in that situation. Look
And I mean,
left.
and it worked out, but
If it didn't work, I mean,
Then-
and it was scrappy in the end. It
yeah,
almost
but I
didn't
mean, it
work.
was well played in the end because he weighted it very well, so that it was just in front of the try line when the Welsh player had to pick it up and what. So that's well weighted, but
Yeah, I don't
it
know,
was
man.
it was very iffy to
It's
do
a
it.
50-50. You don't need to take those risks. Then, now listen, before I say anything, you JC Creel haters are having a really hard time right now, because this man is proving us, and you especially, all wrong. What a performance from JC Creel. Look, he'll never be Lucanio Arm. We all know that.
It is what it is. Like,
He can work as hard as he wants to. He doesn't have the talent of Arm.
yeah, he doesn't. have
But he works so hard on the field, and he has so much speed. I mean, not a lot of players would have been able to score that try. With a guy right behind you, trying to fend him off, ball in hand, it was great.
it. Yeah.
It was such a good performance from him. I mean, he made all his tackles. He was great on attack, because that's usually what people grieve him for is, oh no, he's not involved enough in the attack. But he was, and he was absolutely great. I don't know what you think about it.
Yeah, it's a weird thing for me to talk about Krill now, because I've always felt bad for Krill because he hasn't been playing great for the last 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. I don't even want to go back so far away. But it was so unfortunate for him because, I mean, he started at the Bulls at 15, had his breakout season at 15, and then, oh, no, we need a 13 at the Springboks. So let's move him to 13. And I think it really didn't do him that well in the beginning. He did not play bad.
He still played good
yeah,
rugby.
he still played good rugby, but it wasn't meant for him at that time. And I can't believe they played him at the wing. He was just bad at
I don't
wing.
know. I think that's what people forget is he was played at wing so much that people just thought he was shit.
Yeah, everyone just forgot the fact that he's a center and we're playing him on wing.
And he's actually a fullback.
Yeah, like we know Krill isn't the most natural built-in finisher. He has speed and strength for days, but
And his defensive reads is insane.
yeah, his defensive
I
reads
think
are
he's
very
probably
good
the best defender in our team.
at the moment.
Because Lucanio Arm is also one of the best, and you replace him with someone that is also the best. I mean, it's just great. So I'm going to give him an 8. I think 8.5. I really
Yeah,
think
I think 8.5,
I think
yeah.
8 point, because for me, he was our second best player on the field. For
Yeah.
me personally, I think he was the second best player on the
Yeah, I
pitch.
think. Yeah, I'm now starting to think. Damn, did PSDT only have 8? I think he was
No, I think
also
I think personally
8.5 now
I
because
think
I thought he
Kriel-
was like our third best player on the day.
I think
really
Creel had a better game. then
Okay, yeah. But we're now coming to the guy who had the best game. But
so back-to-back man of the match performances for my star boy, Kanan
Mr.
Moody. Mr. Kanan Moody, what a performance. Wow. I mean, this guy just proves himself over and over again for the Springboks. I mean, I'll never forget this. I'm getting goosebumps when I speak about it now. I was there on his URC debut. I mean, I watched his first game in the URC. And from the beginning, I thought this guy was special. Like, you could just see this kid had something in him. He was special. He worked hard. I mean, I don't know. I think I told you the story before. Before he played at the Bulls, before he made his Currie Cup debut, he was water boy for every single game. He didn't need to be, but he was always there because he wanted to play so bad. And it just shows you that kind of passion and work he puts in to put in these performances. And, man, his defense, immaculate.
he's just perfect.
His
man.
attack, immaculate. That intercept try. We can talk about that penalty try all day. I don't think we need to talk about it a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know. You just give your quick overview.
Yeah,
because I think you said it best, personally.
Yeah. The thing is with the penalty tries, it's a weird situation because it doesn't feel to me like it should have been a penalty try because it just doesn't feel like it. But the thing is, you're not allowed to knock the ball away from. You're not allowed to knock it out of play. So it's really unfortunate that Dyer did it because if he didn't do it, it would have been totally fine and he would probably have ran till the 22 until like some cross defense caught him.
Yeah, exactly.
So it was very unfortunate that he did that, but because he did that,
and it was really cynical.
Yeah.
It was really stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, you could see the look on his face afterwards.
yeah, but because it happens and it is classed as foul play, then you take him out of the situation. And because he's out of the situation then, because Moody lost the ball backwards,
He could have picked it up.
he could have picked it up and just dotted it down. Or just dotted it down because he lost it basically over the try line. And then it is only about probable try have been scored. It doesn't need to be, it should have been a
Probable
try.
try.
It's probable try. So it doesn't matter about how the ball would have bounced. If it bounced left, it would have been out. If it bounced right, it would have been in. It wouldn't have mattered anyway of how the ball bounced. It's just it had a probable chance, 50-50 of being a try there. So then it needs to be a penalty try because you need to take Dyer out because it was foul play.
That's what I wanted you to explain that because you explained it to me on WhatsApp perfectly after the game. So I think that's... so what are we going to give him? I think
9.5?
9.5.
I think 9.5.
He gave away
He's-
one penalty.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even... It was a soft one. It wasn't a not rolling away because we all know that's kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
So I think 9.5... Almost a perfect game. Like, almost
Yeah.
a perfect game. He did slip... I think... it sounds bad in the stats. He slipped 4 tackles. According
Yeah, but
to
that's
the
also
stats.
how we
We
defend.
exactly,
So,
because all those tackles he slipped slowed down the player.
yeah,
And the tackles he made, this
just
guy,
madness.
He's taller than I thought he was originally.
He's like 195?
1-on-1.
191, okay.
I don't want to get tackled by him. He makes some hard hits, man.
He's a big lad, eh?
He is, definitely. He's a big winger. So then we come to the GOAT, the greatest Springbok rugby player of all time.
I wouldn't
Vanilla Roo.
necessarily say that, but we are biased, so...
No, it's we're just taking the piss. We want to,
Yeah.
know, we want some people to comment. Oh no, Willie, shit, shut up. So it wasn't he wasn't prolific,
Yeah, it wasn't like he didn't have like an 8 out of 10 game. It
but
wasn't
I
like,
think
wow.
I think it was a straight 7 because he did
Yeah.
have that try assist. He still was playing at first receiver a lot. Still a really good performance, but not that Willie performance,
Yeah.
but still good.
I think something that people forget about that try assist, a
Yo,
2,
boys. Boys,
that's
I
your...
wanted to write a 7. Sorry, all the people who's preying on his downfall would have really liked that right now.
Yeah, but the thing about that try assist that he has, a lot of people think that he made the wrong choice, that he shouldn't have passed the ball to Moody. People forget that Moody was the only player in his eyesight when he made the pass, because there were Welsh players all around him. And, or maybe not, it was Libbok that had the Welsh players.
Yeah, Libbok with an
Yeah,
excellent...
that was an insane offload. That was just Shevsky's from Lubbock, and that's why he's in the team. But he's also in the team to kick. Sorry, Lubbock. But yeah, but the thing about that pass was his players were just a bit too far behind him. So if he made the pass to the other players, the drift defense would have just caught them out.
So I mean, he actually saw the space because Moody would finish that.
Yeah,
And
so
it was still a good finish because
Yeah.
Moody could have gone right and got tackled, but he didn't.
Yeah.
He stepped inwards,
yeah,
and it was a great finish. So I think Willie still had a pretty good game.
yeah.
So then overall,
No, 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 no. Wait. Wait.
okay, so overall, I think this was really good. I think it was a great performance. I hope we perform as well next weekend. Please,
Please,
New
please.
Zealand, please don't. We just want to beat you so bad. I'm really happy. I'm really happy with this. So moving on then from this player ratings, we're gonna do the preview for the match on Friday.
Oh, and are we not going to talk about all the other matches also on the weekend?
I mean, you can mention them.
Yeah.
I didn't watch all of them, so I think we
But
can quickly
basically,
overview.
the only takeaways that we can get from all the other matches is, Fiji are looking very good.
Fiji are dangerous, man.
Yeah,
I think England
like-
should be shitting themselves at the moment because
Yeah, yeah.
I watched the
it's
extended highlights of that game, and boy, oh boy,
like
you English boys need to watch out.
Yeah, like-
mid England won't survive that Fiji pack, if I'm honest.
yeah, but Fiji were just so good in the first 60. It's just Dante totally killed the attack. Like I think he had
I think
3
he was
breakdowns.
France's best player.
Yeah, by far.
By far.
But yeah, overall France weren't looking too good, but it was their B team.
You can't use that excuse.
Yeah,
remember?
But, yeah, I know.
No one has a
but,
B team.
It is a
No
test.
one has a B team. Remember, we
Yeah.
never play a B team.
Yeah, but it is still a test. But yeah, Dante was looking good. Aldred was good. That fullback of them, is it
Jaminet.
Jaminet, yeah. He was very good as well. Made all his kicks. Oof.
Yeah, we can't say that, unfortunately.
Yeah, Jaminet was just perfect. I don't know why I'm looking at the names, but yeah, it was a tough game to watch because I really wanted Fiji to win. I really hoped they would cook, but they did. They did do really well, but it was just so unfortunate that Dante
It is
caught
what it
them
is,
so
man.
much.
But they still played really well.
Yeah.
I think they can be proud of themselves.
Yeah,
That was a good
definitely.
game. Then
And-
England, yee, boys, listen, those English lads, you need to listen to us. England was shit.
They weren't good. They
yo,
weren't
man.
good.
I watched before I came here this morning that breakdown podcast, a clip of him on TikTok, and they said I can't remember his name, the Durag. I think it's the black guy on the podcast, Durag. I don't know how else to reference that. But he said basically, what have England done since 2003? Just to think about it for a second. They lost 2 World Cup finals. They got grouped. They fell out of the quarterfinals. They didn't do that well in the Six Nations overall. They just regressed from 2003 onwards. They haven't done that much.
Yeah,
And
but remember, England always show up at World Cups,
apparently, allegedly,
except 2015,
where they
but-
got grouped
yeah.
in their own World Cup, which is just so funny to me to this
Yeah,
day.
it was sad.
That you
was
get
really
grouped
sad.
out of your own World Cup. It's just so England. But Ireland, I mean,
Ireland
they
were-
didn't have to try that hard, to be
Yeah,
honest.
the thing is, Ireland looked off, but I think it's just that England thing where they bring you down to their level.
No, exactly.
Because
so.
I think they really need to do that now at the moment. That's all that can work for them. One player that actually really played really well was Danike.
when he came on, yeah, I think it changed the
Danike
pace
did
of the game
insane.
a bit. I mean, for a 36-year-old lad, he still has some pace. He still has some fight in him. I think they need him.
I think he's better than Youngs at the moment. Like honestly,
I've
he's a lot better
never
than
been
Youngs.
the biggest Ben Youngs guy, to be honest. He's a really
Very average. It
very
feels
average.
But Mans did play 100 tests for England, so
I mean,
you
what
can't really.
do we know?
Yeah,
But,
so he is a test centurion, so we can't shit on him that much.
but still,
but
I've
still.
never been the biggest Ben Youngs guy, to be honest. So I think get him out, man. Good, put Danike in there. I just think he's better at the moment. And then the other games, I think, is there...
No, it was just those 3 that I watched. But
Yeah,
we'll
I
only
don't think we
yeah.
can comment on any other games.
We can't really talk about anything else. Yeah, but takeaways, Ireland were looking not on their best, but it could have been England. England were looking trash.
Fiji were really good.
Fiji were really good. France were class. Wales were trash.
And
And
we
the
were really
Boks
good.
were okay.
Yeah, we were good. So I think you should get your phone out. I don't know where it is. Get your phone out and read us the team sheet for the weekend because this is an exciting team.
Yeah. But number 1, Steven Kitsoff. Malcolm Marks number 2. 3, Frans Malherbe. Eben at 4. Sous at 5. Sia at 6. PSDT 7. Dwayne at 8. Faf at 9. I thought they had to give Jaden another take at 40. I
think Jaden would have honestly been a better fit.
Yeah,
to be honest, but
I really thought Jaden was going to make it, but Faf at 9. Mani at 10. Mapimpi at 11. Esterhuizen 12. Moody at 13.
yes, let's go, boys.
Moody 13,
We'll
that's-
discuss that now, but that's
Yeah.
that's a really good selection in my opinion.
And then Kirtley at 14. And Willems at 15.
Then the bench as well.
16 is Bongi. 17 Ox. 18 Trevor. 19 Klein. 20 Snyman. 21 Van Staden. 22 Kobus. And 23 Mr. Willie.
Okay, so give me your thoughts. I want to hear your thoughts on this team overall and a bit about the shock selection.
Yeah, yes. It's the only real thing that I could have thought could have been a bit better was playing Jaden at 9, but I think they want to give all the scrummies now a chance.
Yeah, exactly. I don't
So-
think Faf is at a start yet.
No,
So
but I think we'll give Faf the 9 and Kobus at 22. I haven't been that impressed with Kobus
no,
this year.
he's not been in that good of form.
Yeah,
To be honest, he hasn't impressed me.
yeah.
He's a bit off.
Yeah, he's still Kobus Reinach. He's still fast as you can be, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see him cook now, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully he does good when he
But
comes
yeah,
on.
Lubbock, hopefully it's going to be that game where it's going to be bipolar in the good way and kick all his kicks over. And Mapimpi at 11, I think this is his last chance to play a good game. If he doesn't, then I think
Look, in my personal opinion, and this is just what I think the Bok coaches already know their starting wing pairing, and that's Moody and Colby. I never thought I would say that Moody would play Kirtley out of the team, but he did. I think it's our best wing pairing. It's the most balanced one. You have a big lad, you have a small lad, you have the hard stepper, you have the guy under the high ball. I think it's our best wing pairing.
Kobe is also good on the eyeball. I don't.
Yeah, no.
The
I'm not
guys.
saying I'm not saying he's not good. That's not what I said. He's also really good on the eyeball, but obviously Moody has the height. I think personally it's our best wing pairing, and I think Kirtley is on the edge, but obviously I think they trust Colby more. He is still a really good player, so I don't think it's justified dropping Colby for Kirtley now at least. While Colby's still playing really good, but Kirtley, I mean, he has a chance this weekend.
He does.
He can play really well. But I'm just worried about one thing about Mapimpi, and that is the last game against the All Blacks, they targeted Mapimpi. It was so bad because they knew when they saw he was off, kicks. They just kicked on Mapimpi because they know he would shit the bed. And that's the problem. I think they're going to target him again.
Yeah, and
he
Talia-
has to show up.
Talia just outclassed him.
Yeah, Mark
he
Talia
just-
just destroyed him
He
that
just
game.
he just destroyed him that game. It wasn't even funny to watch. It was
It was so sad. Yeah,
it was sad.
really sad
it was
to
actually
watch.
sad.
So please, man, Mapimpi, please just be better. I just want you to be better this game. I never want a player to perform badly. Mapimpi, please, just fix your
You
shit,
got this
man.
one.
You got this. Just don't do what you did again.
Yeah, and another thing I want to talk about is the fact that Willie isn't in the starting lineup. I really want to see how Lubbock cooks, because I think one thing that we're forgetting is how Lubbock generals the game at the Stormers.
Yeah, he does.
He really does. And the fact that he does that means you don't really need to have Willie Leroux in the team anymore, which is unfortunate because, I mean, we are Willie fans. So,
We are biased,
Yeah,
and he
so-
plays for the Bulls now. as
yeah,
well,
so even more biased. But Yeah, like it's. I really want to see how Lebok does when he is on his own, when he doesn't have Willie chirping in his ear and be like, "Worry, let me throw the ball around, eh?" And so I don't know if Willie
I
sounds
mean,
like that.
they're both
please,
pretty good at
but-
throwing the ball around.
Yeah, but Willie throws a few forward balls every now and then. Hopefully, Lebok doesn't do that now.
Flat.
Flats, yeah, flats. Sorry, but yeah, I really want to see how Lebok cooks. I really want to see this. I think if he does good now and he fixes his kicking, I think it's going to be our next 10 for the next World Cup. So yeah.
It's entirely possible.
Yeah.
I think he changes our entire style of play because everyone's always complaining about how we're just slow and we're boring. And Lebok is not boring.
Yeah,
at
Lebok
all.
is
He's an
insane.
exciting player to watch. I think he injects a lot of pace into the game, a lot of enthusiasm, if I can say it like that. He's great. Honestly, he's really good. I'm gonna be honest. It's not nice watching the Bulls lose to Lebok every single game. It's just so annoying.
It's getting sad now.
It's
like
eating,
honestly,
it's eating me from the inside. So I had that bias where I was like, yo, he beats us every single weekend, and it's so annoying. But look, man, he's a good player. I don't care what people say. He's a good player. He's great with ball in hand. He's a great distributor of the ball. He knows where the space is. He sees. I mean, at the Stormers, man, he always gets the space. He always sees the space for his players. He's so good at that. So I mean, I think the reason why we will beat the All Blacks or not is on Lebok. I think he's the most important player in this team at the moment. If he likes it or not, he is the most important player in the team.
yeah,
I don't think he was ready for that. I don't think he expected to be, but he has to show up now.
yeah.
He has to be, that guy for us. Otherwise, we're not going to win this World Cup.
Yeah, it's a shame that we need to put so much pressure on Lebok now of all times, but it's how the cookie crumbles, man. It's how the ball fell for him. So hopefully he does good. But literally the only thing that he needs to improve is his kicking to posts, and
Then he's a world-class player.
yeah, then he's world class, probably one of the best flyers in the world. Then, but yeah, it's such a shame, but he just really needs to work out his bipolar kicking, and then it's fine.
So
I'm
also-
trying to look for the All Blacks team. I really want to see.
No, it's not out yet.
Is it not out yet?
No, it's
okay.
not out yet.
I thought I saw something about it, but
I haven't seen. I don't think it's out yet.
okay. Yeah.
I think it's
Then,
coming out tomorrow.
oops.
So another thing is Andre Esterhuizen and Moody in midfield. So I told you this. I didn't think they would play him against the All Blacks at 13.
Yeah, I don't. If they really wanted to test them at 13, I don't think this was the match to do it. But
I mean,
it is now. So
if the coaches think he's that good, which I think he's that good, play him against the All Blacks. I mean, see what he can do. If he cooks, then he's the best rugby player in the world. I mean,
yeah,
if
he's
he
the goat,
plays,
then
I mean, if he plays another close to man of the match performance at 13, this kid
Then
is
he's
insane, man.
then he's just crazy, man. You call him a kid, bro. He's older than you, bro. So
I mean, in rugby terms,
Yeah.
I mean, not a lot of 20-year-olds play this good for their national team.
it's true.
You don't see this every day.
You really don't. But wow.
I'm
Really a
just so
special
impressed,
player.
man. He's just that good. So I really hope he cooks.
Potentially going to be the most capped Springbok ever. At this,
I really hope so.
How it's going now. So
I really hope so. He could be what Franz Steyn wanted to be,
yeah.
and because he got kicked out.
Steyn.
I'll never forgive you for that. But he has the defense. Definitely, he has the defensive reach because people forget he did play 13 his entire schoolboy rugby career. He played at 13. It was when he went to the Bulls that Jake put him on the wing. It wasn't that he was a winger at school level. He played 13. So it's not like we're putting Kriel on the wing where he didn't play wing. Kanan was put in a position where he didn't play, and he excelled. He became one of the best wingers in the URC, and he is on form, our best winger right now. And it's not even his position. It's not where he played his entire schoolboy career. So I think he'll cook. I think, look, he hasn't played a professional rugby match at 13, but if there's a guy that could give a good performance at a position he doesn't usually play, I think it would be Moody.
Yeah. But yeah, I think we just need to say again, like, Moody is class. He'll definitely give his all and he'll definitely excel, I think, in it. I am just a bit scared about it because if he doesn't do that well on 13, I'm gonna be scared. It's maybe gonna be like a Krill situation, and everyone's gonna be like, yeah, you see, it was only like some
2-game wonder.
Yeah, 2-game wonder, and look at him now. He's so bad at 13, and then they just drop him entirely. I just hope that doesn't happen because
He's so good.
Yeah, he's
man.
just so good.
He's so good on the wing. I mean, he is pretty much undroppable now.
basically,
He is.
yeah,
He is basically undroppable. I never thought a guy like Kanan Moody at 20 years old would come into the box and play himself into the team with Kurtley Arendse, Cheslin Colby and Mapimpi as the wingers.
Yeah, it's
I did
crazy,
not
man.
think. I don't think any of us thought that would happen. But it just shows you, man. If you're a good rugby player, you can play anyone out of the team if you really want to.
Yeah.
So I mean, overall, I think the rest of the guys is pretty standard selection.
Yeah.
I mean,
I really want to see Esterhuizen against. Has Esterhuizen had like a big game against the All Blacks?
He's never played against the All
I
Blacks.
wanted to say like this is going to be the first time that he's going to face
Yeah,
the Hawk.
he's never played against the All Blacks before, so I think it's gonna be an exciting game for him as well.
I think he's going to be very emotional. He's going to definitely face the Hawk, and he's going to be all game about it. So.
I mean, he's probably going to face Jordy Barrett in the midfield, which I think is a pretty
Ooh,
good
yeah.
Matchup for him. He's a big lad.
I think he's gonna give some hits into Barrett. Hopefully.
Yeah. But I mean, he's been so good. These 2 games he's played for the Boks, he's basically playing himself into contention like Moody, which I remember I told you about that video of him at Harlequins, where they interviewed him and he said he was so pissed off and jealous the last time he didn't make it that he worked so hard these past 4 years just to get in again. And him being so jealous and seeing the guys lift the trophy without him there, I think that it does something to you, man. And I mean, it can break you or it can motivate you to be a better player, play yourself into the team again. I mean, just a great performances. And I mean, if he does really well, you never know, man. No one's safe in this team anymore. I think we realized that in the past year or two. No one's safe. I think everyone can be. You're not guaranteed anymore. Nothing's guaranteed in this team anymore.
And something that I also was shocked about was I think Ox had a very good game.
Yeah, when
against
he
Wales.
came on.
Yeah,
He
I
was
think
really good.
Ox was insane. So I really expected Ox to start the game now. Yeah, but
Well, we all know Steven Kitsoff. I never get tired.
never ever, bro.
Never, man. He has so much gas left. I mean, he's so good still. He's a really good player. I was a bit doubtful in the URC because he didn't have that good of a season to his standards, but he's definitely playing that at the Boks. So I must say that is quite impressive. But I mean, the rest of our team, the front row, I think, is the first choice front row.
I think one change that I would the front row, but by the forwards, I think one change that I would make is I'd switch Sous for Snyman.
Your RG Snyman must start, man.
Really.
Imagine
Honestly,
you're a guy on the other team carrying the ball, and you see RG Snyman
just
and,
like
and
a random
Eben
Viking in front of you.
You see RG Snyman and Eben Etzebeth front. I would just put the ball down and
Just
say,
like fall down before it and be like, all right, boys, here's a rock, do something, please.
Yeah, I wouldn't, man. I would just shit myself because imagine those two in the. I think that would be a pretty scary proposition for the other teams. Because it is first choice. I think the only differences here is obviously Dwayne is playing instead of Visa, and then you have Itzebeth and Sous.
Yeah.
But if you take that out, I think this weekend is our first choice because I think they want to give Sous another chance at his main position, which is at 5 lock. Then the backline's obviously shuffled a lot, but it's great because we have so much depth that it's still really good, even if it is our most inexperienced backline. It's still a really good backline.
And hopefully, when Willie comes on, we can see Willemse at 12, because I still think Willemse's base position is 12, and no one's gonna change that about me. Willemse's base position is 12.
Willemse is not
it is what it is.
He's not a 10. He's not a 15. He's a 12. Get that right. Willemse is an inside centre. He's a world-class inside centre. He's been thrown around his entire career. I mean, just play the guy at 12. He's so good. But I think overall, that's pretty much all we have to talk about. I mean,
yeah, I think so too.
I think that's a pretty good overview of the game. Obviously, the All Blacks team isn't out, but I don't think it matters that much. I think they'll play a similar team to us, where it's not going to be a full strength team. I think they will rotate some players, obviously, but what do you give? What chance do you give us on Friday? It is on neutral ground as well, so we have to keep that in mind. What do you think, man?
Okay, I'm gonna say my biased one first, and it's gonna be 8 out of 10 chances we're gonna win, 80% chance, and my logical way of thinking it, I'm gonna say like 40% chance. I think it's still the All Blacks. I still think they just got a bit more charisma than us, but you never know, man. On the day, imagine freaking Moody is the best
Outside
centre
centre in
ever.
the world, yeah.
So we're gonna see that. Maybe that clicks. Maybe Willems just does his freaking madness steps, and he steps a few guys, passes the ball to Mapimpi just gasses it over. So
Anything could
chances,
happen, man.
yeah. So chances are, we have the players to do it, and we just need to hope. So we're on hopium again.
Yeah.
that
Again,
we're gonna
for the second time. I
yeah.
mean, we've been on opium this entire time, but
Yeah, basically. But it is what it is. But we're just basically gonna be like on opium that the plan is gonna work. Like that's it. That's all that we actually can do about it.
Yeah, my overall, I'm not even gonna say the logical one because we are biased.
Yeah.
I think the Boks will beat the All Blacks. Personally, I think if we want to have any chance at this World Cup, we have to beat them. And my logic just is that these players are fired up. We have some young guys in. We have some guys who want to prove themselves. We have some great forwards in the team. And I think we'll be hurt from that game in New Zealand. It would have done something to you, man. I mean, those first 20 minutes, the best 20 minutes of rugby ever, by the way, played by the All Blacks.
Yeah.
That it would have done something to you. And I don't think we want to repeat that again. We don't want to lose to them back to back. So I'm backing my boys. I think we'll have a great performance. I hope Moody has a great performance. Esthuizen, just, the entire team. I want us to win. I want us to do good. So my prediction is, I think the Boks will take it by 5. I think, between 3 and 5 points. It will be a very close game, I think. I don't think we have that New Zealand charisma to play the best 20 minutes of rugby ever. I just don't. I mean, even as a biased Boks fan, I don't think
we're not going to probably pull that out of our hat
we
somewhere.
can't do that ever, I think. But I think we can win, and I think we will win. That's just my opinion. I am biased, but we have the guys to do it. Boks by 5. I'm not going to bet anything on it because I'm broke. But we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
That's just what I think.
I think if everything clicks, we can beat them by 7. I really think then we can beat them by 7. If everything clicks, we're going to beat them by 7. If it doesn't click,
we'll lose by 15.
Maybe even more. Who knows?
Okay.
But
at least it's not in New Zealand, thank goodness.
Yeah.
We're not going to play in the dark and gloomy. It's always so... It looks like one of those houses in the horror movie where you walk in and it's like so dark and shit. That's every stadium in New Zealand ever at night.
Yeah.
It's difficult to play there, but...
It's just so ominous. It's just
it's just
you get the feels. It's just like worry.
This is scary. Like you get that scary feel when you play
I'm
there.
shaking and you're like, ooh.
But I think that's all for today, right?
Yeah,
I think
so.
we discussed all that we have to. And then thank you guys for watching.
Actually, one thing that we could still talk about, actually, that I just remembered. Steve Hansen going to the Wallabies, eh?
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Steve Hansen going to the Wallabies.
And I saw Dane Coles was
a bit shocked. I
he was
also heard about it.
Thought he was a bit of a backstabber,
But I mean, it's still coaching is coaching, man. So if someone gives you an offer, you're still gonna take it.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's unfortunate because he is like basically. Is he the most decorated?
No, he's not. I think he's the most decorated coach ever, but
most decorated
internationally maybe.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I think
because most decorated, we're probably just gonna say Razor that won like 7 Super Rugby's in a row.
Okay, yeah.
So,
but I think I think in my opinion he is close to, if not the greatest rugby coach ever. If you look at what he did with New Zealand, so I think it will be a great asset for the Wallabies, who's in a bit of a shit situation. Let's not beat around the bush.
Hopefully. Because I really feel bad for Australia, man. Like, I really like their players, most of them. Like, I still can't believe they didn't take Hooper and Quade Cooper with them. I still think Hooper is such a good player. I really like Hooper.
Who knows? Maybe Eddie
So-
wins the World Cup and then we all just yell like, shit,
like
man.
who knows? Eddie did say they're gonna win it, so
No, he keeps on insisting they'll win the World Cup. So maybe I don't know.
yeah,
Maybe
who
we'll-
knows? Maybe he's just playing bad because he wants to. It'll be the most
It's
Eddie
all-
Jones thing
It's
ever.
all part of the plan. It's all. He's just masterminding,
Exactly.
and then England get grouped and he laughs. So-
It's gonna be hella funny.
I can't wait for the press conference where England gets grouped and Eddie Jones is just like,
If it happens, but
they sacked me, and then look at what happened to them. I just can't wait for that. I'm seeing it already in my, I'm seeing the
mind's
future,
eye.
man.
He's already seeing it.
It's gonna be so good. But I think that's it then, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So thank you guys for watching, and for those who will be listening to this in audio form.
Thank you.
And also like and subscribe. We'll be putting some of the clips on TikToks. We'll plug some of his stuff so you can see what he does. He does great work. Thank you so much for helping us.
Keanu's a
And
legend.
He's a legend, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.
Peace out.
Just do it!